alive. That's the problem.
Close the opera. Hit the red and blue outside, I think our options up. I was random, never had to line it up. I be swerving on the waves, it's like a line of up. Moving first, on my turf, I'm out of line. I put in work, I draw the line and cross it first. I need the time, I need the search, it's just like one and make it worse. Start, in a bird, I'ma face the scams.
Oh, no. I'm out. No.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I'll stop the reverse step. Sorry. All right. Tenet is the new Christopher Nolan film starring John David Washington and Robert Pattinson, and is about the protagonist played by John David Washington. He has no name in the movie, and he is a spy who is on a mission to find out what these terrorists are doing with a new invention called time inversion, which inverts time in a way that helps the enemy go backwards while everything else is moving forwards. Now, yes, it may sound very confusing, but as you move along through the film, you kind of get to see how every character and every situation is connected with this new form of terrorism and technology. It's a crazy film. It is insane. I believe that it is one of Christopher Nolan's more ambiguous films, but is it worth going to the theater? Now, we'll tell you that in a little bit here, but let's talk about the film. I really want to talk about what I liked about it first. And I think what I liked about it the most was that it really doesn't let you breathe for 1 second. It just starts. The movie literally just starts. You're thrown into the situation. You're thrown into the plot. You're following John David Washington as the protagonist just go through this mission, and you're kind of wondering, okay, how does this all kind of fit in? And everything fits in its own way, and that's everything is kind of like in its own roundabout way, backwards and forwards. And that's what I really like, the fact that you have to kind of go back and go, okay, this fits in with this character fits in with this situation, and it's very engaging in that way, and I really like that about the film.
Yeah, every character seems to have their own loop in a way, like, because it deals with time,
it's a well-oiled...
People meet at different times.
It's like a well-oiled machine, you know what I'm trying to say?
Each loop for each character goes so well with each other, and then when you can finally connect it at the end, it's like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. But at first you're like, well, there are some things here that you're like, okay, well, what's this have to do with this? Or how does... Even when you get the explanation to how time inversion works, you're still kind of scratching your head like, okay, well... How does that exactly work?
They leave you wanting just a little bit more.
Exactly. Christopher Nolan is laying everything out for you, and it's up to you and the protagonist to kind of go on this journey and kind of piece everything together. And you do piece everything together in many points, but also many characters, like we said, are just thrown in there, and you're like, okay, how are you going to progress the plot, or how are you going to help everything move forward? And that's what... several viewings of this film are going to really benefit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you definitely need to watch this. I'd say at least 2 times to fully get the story. I know I definitely want to go back and watch it again.
It sinks into your brain because at first you're thinking about it, you're like, okay, cool. It's a really, it's almost like it is a very James Bond kind of movie where it has a very world-ending kind of vibe where, you know, this hero has to go and stop the enemy from taking over the world or ending the world. They're very suave, and I think if Christopher Nolan ever did or had his hand at a James Bond property or movie, it would be incredible. Because this is just like that, except the villain has, you know, time inversion. He has this technology where he can invert time and everything, and that's what John David Washington has to kind of figure out. He has to, like, get in there and not really question it as much, kind of like in the trailer where Belle Delphine says, you know,
Don't try to understand it, feel it.
if you just kind of go with it, if you let Christopher Nolan take you on this ride, you'll be fine for the most part, but you'll still have some questions.
It's definitely a slow burn in the beginning. Personally, I think there's about 20 minutes they could have trimmed out in certain sections.
Oh, definitely.
But there's the thing with this, you gotta also remember in the beginning, like, this movie's got time manipulation in it, but the movie's not necessarily about time manipulation.
Right.
It's a tool that they use in a way. But when you think about how that tool and that inversion really works, it is probably one of the coolest concepts I've ever seen in a movie, because in a way you got people going forward while then another person's going backwards, but it's all at the same time. Because
and that's perfect for like
yeah.
A trailer, you know, or something. If you want to attract people to come to the movie, and it's like, oh my God, how does this work? You have so many questions, and like I said, even when you get those answers, you still have questions.
Yeah, you don't get enough of an answer to it. It's not about that. It's in there, but I personally wanted more of that.
Exactly.
But yeah, you really gotta pay attention and really also.
Don't just expect an action movie just because
Yeah.
you saw the trailers and stuff and you're like, oh, this is pure, you know, action and everything. It's gonna be crazy and stuff. Yeah, you get that,
Yeah.
but you also have to think about what you're getting to. How did you get to that action? How did you get to that point? And that is what the movie's about.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm glad we went and saw it, but that's because it's a Nolan film, and I don't
But
think.
do you think it's worth going to the theater?
I think it's worth going at a matinee price. Not necessarily a full price movie ticket, maybe, with the current state of the world, because it is a good movie, but I think it's got some parts that aren't going to leave the average viewer maybe exactly satisfied in their viewing. But definitely, I suggest people definitely watch it, but you can maybe wait if you're really concerned about going out right now.
I think, yeah, maybe it's a yes or a no. If you're really a Christopher Nolan fan, obviously you're going to be pumped for it. You're going to, you know, want to run to your nearest theater. We had to go 40 miles out of our way just to go see it. It was our nearest theater playing it for the early access. Yeah, I think it's the same thing this weekend, you know, when it starts. So, is it worth it? Yes and no. If you're a real big Christopher Nolan fan, you know, go, be safe, you know, be courteous to the people around you too, you know, don't make a big thing about it in the theater, you know, just watch the movie, do your thing, you know, wipe your mouth when you're eating your popcorn, cover yourself back up, your distance, whatever, but you can wait, I believe, because I think this film will also benefit from a subtitle viewing.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of dialogue that kind of goes very fast, and you have to kind of get certain bits, there's certain bits of information that are given, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, you know. And that's kind of what I didn't like also about the film, is that many times when they have their oxygen masks, or even like gas masks are on or something, you know, SWAT masks or whatever, you can't hear. Yeah, it's like, you know, The Dark Knight Rises again with Bane and stuff. You can't understand what they're saying. I mean, I think Bane was even more comprehensible.
Yeah,
than
he
this.
really was. And plus, the loudness of the score didn't help, but that's a Nolan thing. But I had a really hard time hearing some of what they were saying.
Well, we'll try and keep up.
Also, I think the acting all around was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody was on point. Everybody was funny, especially the protagonist, John David Washington.
Whoa.
I feel like, though, I will say one more thing, is that some of the cast were in there only for very short amount of times.
Michael Caine is there for like that much, and if you saw the trailers, that's it. That's his. He's in that restaurant, and that's it. I don't even think he's even in the same room as the protagonist. So
yeah, same with what's her face. Like, you basically see her whole thing in the trailers, and that's it. I was a little bummed about that.
Belle Delphine from Harry Potter.
I was bummed that I didn't get to see more of her, but okay.
I'm gonna give this one a 4.5 out of 5. I'm giving it that high of a score because it's an incredible movie. I think what's holding this film back is that accessibility, that popcorn ease, especially around this time. This is a perfect film for your home. This is a perfect film to watch with subtitles with many friends and stuff, and just kind of pick at the little points here and there that connect and connect the puzzle pieces together. He's giving you a meal of a movie here. It is definitely worth it. You don't have to run out to the theaters to see it. Be safe if you do, but you don't necessarily have to. But if you do, enjoy yourselves. It's a blast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 also. Like I said, there's only a few little critiques that I have, but overall, I can let those go, and I really enjoyed the movie. And I can't wait to buy it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's definitely a digital buy or a Blu-ray buy, definitely. Can't wait to see it at home.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait to watch it here and actually get those things we missed when we were watching it the first time.
And you get a little Dune teaser kind of deal in the movie, so if you do get to see that, I'm pretty sure the Dune trailer will be up this weekend. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to our channel. We really want to get back into watching more movies at the theater and stuff, but if we can't, it is what it is right now, especially with COVID. We're trying to stay safe. You stay safe as well. Please, everybody out there, wash your hands, wear your masks. You don't need to hear it from us, but please keep watching it all.